What's up, everybody? Nice to see you again. Okay, David Tresuji, why am I here? I'm gonna get to that really soon. But first of all, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It means a world to me. And also, this is a no coin channel. I put no FIFA points in whatsoever. Pure gameplay. As you can see, I have 4,000 FIFA points. Maybe soon is the time to use them. And also, I only got them because I'm a founder in this game. But straight into the game. David Tresuji, guys, is one of the SPC right now. If you look upon him, you know he got this one, the Relentless Playstyle Plus. It's very efficient, I'm telling you that, especially if you're a central midfielder. And let's look at his stats now. Okay, quickly, just pass it through. You know, dribbling 88, passing 86, shooting, pace 83. It's 80 overall, 88. It's a strong 80 player. I call it 80 or the 90s. Okay. Why am I here? Because he is not that expensive. You see, you got a bronze, silver, 83, 79. That's nothing. 84, 85. I mean, you can. It doesn't matter if you're not that good at the game, you can be able to complete him. Okay, let's get into my squad and I talk about the squad. And also let me go to this thing really fast. I'm gonna teach you something today. Look at Bellingham's stats. Quite similar, right? Quite similar. 88 too, you know. And look at his play stats, quite similar. And he also got this playstyle plus. So if you like Bellingham and he was much more expensive, then you're gonna really like David Tresuji. That is my thing to you today. So no further on, let's get into the game. You see here, I have done some really big changes here, you know. I always play play out some players, try new players, try new formation, try also the camera settings. I try settings, I do that all the week, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna stick to these guys when it's time for the FutChamps, and sometimes I swap in the FutChamps too. But this guy Dante is in the team and he is really OP, I'm telling you that. Look at this guy, you know, the block playstyle plus, it's really good. Anticipate, he got the bruiser, you know, it's good that he got the long ball pass, he got the aerial, means that he's very good in the air. And also his attributes, defending part, physical part, complete center back in my opinion. You know, his dribbling is a bit better than most of the central defenders, to be honest. You know, and his pace is there. You know, I put an anchor on him, so he's gonna get much more lengthy due to that. In lengthy, you need to have the center back as lengthy. When you got the Mbappes, you got the Duku, you got the whatever it's called, the Eusebio too, he got the quick step on his. So you really need that in this game, you know. And Dante, if you don't know this, you can get him for free. I got him for free. You just have to play the draft, guys. So today's draft is gonna be some highlights, some really nice highlights from the draft also. Okay, and this guy Danilo, I'm completing his evolution. I did complete his friend from the Serie A, Rainieri, you know. So right now I put Nuno Mendes in here. Why did I do that? Because I want to have and try Havertz as a central midfielder. I always stick to Bon Pastore, you know, and also I don't want to talk about it. I just want to show you really fast. And if you're new to the channel, I play 4-2-2-1 most of the time. I swap it to 4-4-2 depending on. I'm going to talk you through that in the highlight. Okay. As you can see, if I play here, you know, I play Havertz, you know, as a fullback, as an attacking fullback. You know, I have him on balance and overlap, so he's quite efficient there. You know, if you watch my earlier episodes, you know, Bon Pastor here, she's amazing. Luka Modric, this is his spot. He's a statue here. Mbappe is a statue in my team. You know, Dante maybe be that statue too, but these two guys, I never changed them. Haaland is here because I have to complete this Haaland beats, you know. But let's get back to it. Since I have Havertz here and Havertz here at Danilo's place, and Bon Pastor here, I just want to put in Danilo to get the chemistry go up a little bit, since he is a PSG player. Also, I let me know, Let me show you. I'm sorry. I got Hernandez here, you know. He's quite good central defender, to be honest. He can also be a left back. I tried him as a left back, but I don't know how you use the full backs. But guys, I'm telling you, you know, he's disaster. He cannot dribble. You know, he did those central defender dribbling when you lose the ball. You know, so the guy scored at me. I got really mad at him. You know, so I have been trying out, and I'm trying out a hell lot of players, as you're gonna see in the highlight. I also put in Duku here. I tried little. You know, Sterling is really a player that I really love, I really like, you know. But I put him on the bench right now. Why? Because I'm so comfortable with him as a player, so I can have him here a little bit, you know. Then when I'm gonna play the qualification really soon, then I would be like, okay, this is gonna be my team. But no further on, guys. Let's go to the highlights and I'll talk you through it. Okay. Today we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna tell you something. What's up, guys? Okay, straight into the highlight. Trigger runs. Let's talk about trigger runs. There you see a trigger run there. When should I use a really nice goal made of Martinelli? When should you use trigger run? Use them everywhere. You see the Bon Pastor is doing the trigger run there, and I stop with her, and then Martinelli got the ball and executed. This is a fun game, you see? He was going to rage quit, but that didn't happen because that was not a goal. This is quite funny. Then he'd be like, "Oh, no, okay, let's get into it." Sometimes players do like that. You know what I mean? He probably played too much that day and got mad. I'm just gonna show you this one. This is really funny. Okay, he's in there now. He's thinking like, okay, maybe I got a chance. Something don't happen again. You know, really fast. You know there. Okay, to Mbappe there, you know, he's really strong in that positioning. You know, back to my guy Havertz, circling around looking for the spot. Hernandez fast, Bon Pastor, tiki-taka play there, up on the volley, and Martinelli does no mistakes. And you see, no goal yet, but this time he did rage quit. But anyways, let's get back to the trigger runs. When should you use the trigger runs? You see there, I have 2 trigger runs. You should use them everywhere. And you see how much gap you saw in the back line? Because if you use trigger run, that will make your opponent's AI move. So not the ones they're controlling, but the other one. Really nice goal made of Martinelli, by the way. You know, so if you use trigger run, doesn't matter when you use them, you just trigger it, because it's gonna cause so much gap. You see the gap I got there? You know, if you use trigger run, just overdo it sometimes. Yeah, you will get out of positioning, but this is your attacking part, and your attacking doesn't. Why should you care about the positioning? And also one thing that's really good when you overdo the trigger runs, guys, is one more thing. You know, when you play against players, you can. After a little while, you can be like, oh, he's gonna play that, you know. Some of the mechanics in the game are quite similar, you know. It's quite similar. So if you use trigger runs, it's gonna be chaos in the mechanics. What am I meaning by that? What I mean is it's harder to read you as a player if you overdo the trigger runs. That's what I finally realized with the trigger runs. That is a OP move, because a lot of good players, you see now, I do a trigger run, he gets the ball, and then he start the chaos. You see the gap there? It's gonna create a gap. Okay, so the best player I face in FutChamps, and I win a lot of games. The best players, they can read my play, how I play, you know, because why? Because they played a lot of games, number one, and number two, they're really good at reading the game, and these two combined makes you know how people play, especially when player plays fast, or they play slow, or they play whatever, or the kind of formation, you know what I mean. But if you trigger run, you will trigger the player that you're facing also. You see here, I have a trigger run, and I don't know where the goal is there. That's quite strange goal, to be honest. So the point is, use the trigger runs and you're gonna create so much space and so much activity for the other players. That is one thing that's really, really good. And as you can see here in the division rivals, I've been really playing out, you know, when I play with my full set pro team, you know, these guys, I play like a disaster, you know. I'm a chaos out there, you know. I really telling you that, you know. I had to bring Haaland in to complete all his goals, and I scored a lot of goals with him, and I'd be like, why is he still on 22 goals? And then it came to me, you know, I read it. It was like, you have to have him in the starting squad. I used him as a super sub, you know, because he was really good as a super sub, you know. So I didn't know that, but now I know that. And also one more thing. Let's talk about this. What camera settings should you use? You can listen to a lot of YouTubers, a lot of pro players are really good. Like, oh, you have to have this camera setting. I talked about this earlier also, but you have to have this camera setting. You have to have that. You use the co-ops 20 height, 0 zoom. You'll be able to see the whole pitch. It's true. No, use telebroadcast, because otherwise you will not see those small errors, the small things. But if you listen to that, both of the guys are right, or players, or segment or categories of players, you know. But the thing is, it's how you play is the most important thing about that, you know. I'm telling you, if you ask me what should I play with, I'd be like, how do you like to play? What makes you play good? If passing makes you play really, really good, you're efficient with that, and use small flicks. I'm telling you, small flick and ball rolls. I love to do it. Then I should go with the co-ops. If I like to dribble a lot, stay up with the guys, you know, do one-on-one dribble, fate and everything, you know, then I would use telebroadcast, 16 height, 5 zoom or something, to be honest. So that is what I am playing. You know, sometimes when you're up against guys and you change the formation due to how they play, I change my camera setting to do how to, depending on who I'm playing at. Sorry for my French, my English there, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? So if I'm, for example, if I'm up against a guy who's really, really, really good, you know, I'd be like, okay, this guy is really good defensive. You know, I cannot beat him in the defensive part. Look at this goal. Perfect timing, right? Perfect timing. I did complete it so perfect. I always want to do that. I always want to do that. I have a really nice coming up goal here too, made of Ronaldo in the ultimate draft too. So you're gonna see. But okay, back to the story. If you're playing against a guy who's better than you, you know, everybody can pass in this game. So that's really important if you play against a guy who's better than you. And also, if you play a guy who is better than you, bombastic Haaland, then it's really important for you to see how he moves. That's at least what I think. That's why I use co-ops against better players. If I play less good players, then I use telebroadcast, and I just want to do the fancy stuff, like here, you know, the ultimate draft made of Van Basten. I don't know why Van Basten he's not that good, to be honest, you know. Look there, Botellas, what she can do, you know. I had to complete Dante, so I was in here doing the thing. Look now with Ronaldo. Looks like Ibrahimovic move, right? Doesn't it? I saved some of the highlights from this, you know. I don't want to look now, guys. That was a really nice goal, right? I have to bark a little bit. So back to it. That's at least what I think. I think you should do as you do with the formation. Switch. I do that. Look now. From the corners, bring it to Martinelli and then set it up for a Trivela. Look at the time. I'm gonna do equal goal again here. Now it's 42nd minute. Look now. Make him come to you here. Do a step over and bring it back here, and don't just push one, do a one knock on, one flick, boom, and then wait, and then just do a trivela. Make sure you have a guy who has the right foot there. If you're gonna make it on your left side, of course, then you have to have the left foot one. Easy thing, you know. So trigger runs, guys. Just trigger the runs. Make the guy be like, oh, what is he doing with that trigger run? And even if he don't think about it, his AI is gonna make the move for you, you know, to create spaces for you. That's how I get a lot of spaces. And also, guys, the camera setting. What do you like? How do you like to play? What are you comfortable to? You know, as you can see here, I got co-op. Why do I have co-op? Because I play with less good players. I want to see their animation, how they move. I don't score a lot of goals on corners or whatever, or on through balls. Yeah, I score on through balls. What I'm talking about? I'm talking about the long balls. But I did score there when I put Harvards there. So, guys, camera setting. Switch them as you switch the formation. If you're playing a better player, I use co-ops. I would tell you to use co-ops rather than telebroadcast. But because you can see the movement a little bit longer. It feels like you got a little more time when you got the co-ops. You don't get a lot more time, but it feels like it. That's what I'm telling you. That so you can be a little bit cooler in the game. That's what I should do. And also, if I play 4-3-2-1, then it's easier for me to have tele-broadcast. Much easier. Why? Because I use a lot of more feints then, you know. If I have 4-4-2, it's a wide formation. Then it's better for me to have co-op. For example, now I'm using the 4-4-2, you know, to create spaces. You see the space you got there? Look now, badunk. Really nice goal. So that's how I see the game, and that's how I win games. Just try it and you will know. You know, if you're in there and you use telebroadcast and you're almost losing, try the co-ops. I'm telling you, it's gonna work. See you soon again, guys. Bye.